right. The next question is, currently, it requires the approval of 3 of the 5 council members to place an item on the council agenda. Do you approve of this policy? If not, what change do you propose? And why don't we begin with Jim? All right.
Well, I was one of the people that proposed this policy. I think it's a very good policy because, you know, we already have council meetings that go on forever, and I think that we don't want to start adding too many items there. At the present time, if 2 members of the council think that a subject is important, then it comes back to the whole council to decide if they want to put it on the agenda. And in my mind, that's a very fair way to do it. It means that we don't get into things that really have no overall interest for the residents, and it does mean that we can still address very serious issues and that 2 council members can put it on the agenda, and I believe that it's a very fair way of doing everything.
Thank you. Carrie?
I believe in process, and by having 3 council members having to approve something that goes on the agenda is a process, but it also is a process that allows community participation, because then we're able to get adequate information out to the public so that items can be addressed in detail. Often we can get items that go on the agenda that do take a lot of time, and as council members have said, the meetings are going awful late. So additional structure may be a way to deal with reducing the time that council meetings are.
I would just like, it's 2 council members at the present time that can put it on.
All right.
Not 3.
All right, thank you. So you're clarifying that in fact, all right, thank you for the clarification. All right, Jerry?
Yes, as far as I know, there's not been a big problem in getting an issue on the council agenda with our current system. I'm certainly open to finding out more about what other cities are doing, what other cities do in this regard, and I think one of the things the new council should do at the beginning of next year, besides set goals, is talk about their procedures and processes, and maybe that'd be a good time for some community members to raise questions or raise issues they would like the council to address in the way of processes, and to take a second look at some of these things.
Thank you. And Bill?
Remember, the council is like a board of directors, and so I think that having 2 people put something on the agenda so that they can efficiently give tasks out to the CEO to execute on, I think that should be adequate. There are public hearing sections that are open at the beginning of every council member, as well as public discussions after council discussions. So if something doesn't make it onto the agenda, somebody could bring it up. Perhaps we need to lengthen the period of time that they can speak on that initial stage from 3 minutes to 4 minutes so that they could state their piece. And then perhaps in the next meeting it would then be addressed. But I don't think that we should have individual council members try and pepper the agenda for meetings that go on till midnight or well after to cover a certain point, to make a point to their constituents. I do believe that we need to keep things efficient and address the things that are of most need and most urgent to the community. Thank you.
Okay. The next